Good morning, Philippines. This is Vince Smith, and you are watching PNC, Philippine News Channel, the number one choice for news. We are coming on the air right now to bring you the latest on the disaster report. It was 10 minutes past midnight, Tuesday, August 17, 1976. A strong earthquake with a magnitude of 8 hit large portion of the Mindanao and parts of the Visayas when most people were sleeping. The earthquake was mostly felt in the cities and towns bordering the Moro Gulf, especially Cotabato City, which today serves as the regional headquarters of the ARMM. The magnitude of the Moro Gulf earthquake was not the only factor that made it so deadly. It brought with it one of the most devastating natural forces known to man, a tsunami, with its epicenter near the town of Lebak in Sultan Kudarat, in an area of Celebes Sea where earthquakes occur often. Let's ask for an update from Maverick Mendez.
Unfortunately, now reporting 5,000 people died, including those who went missing and never discovered, making it the most devastating tsunami to strike the Philippines.
This was the scene 2 days after an earthquake struck without warning and brought sudden death, destruction to a large area of the country. It brought chaos, suffering to the island of Mindanao surrounded miles out of Manila. For the town's quake was bad enough, but the coastal area suffered even more cruel from series of massive tidal waves that rushed inland and devastating force from their pattern. Devastating was appalling huge weight of mud. Areas where fishermen homes once stood, whole communities disappeared, literally wiped off the face of the earth by a moving wall that was 30 feet high. The government of Manila proclaimed a national calamity and drafted thousands of troops help with rescue work and rehabilitation as a solid force to free the injured. There were scores of individual stories and heroism tragedy. Following morning, the full extent of disaster became clear as different as of Mindanao. Reported clear casualties to 8 National Coordinating Committee 4,000. Dead 4,000 missing probably dead and nearly 2,000 injured. Pagiran 80 miles northwest Cotabato lies on Gulf of Muru and took the full force of the tidal waves when our camera team flew over the town for 4 days. After the disaster, virtually every street was still underwater beneath thick layers of mud. Here to the smaller coastal village had suffered terribly. Many of the traditional dwelling wooden houses raised on stilts had been reduced to a little more than mashed wood. Troops sifting the wreckage for bodies, wore masks to keep out the stench of the corpse. President Marcos refused offers of foreign aid, claiming the Philippines could and should meet the needs of its people from its own resources. The offer of an American aircraft carrier for relief operation was politely refused, possibly because of the sensitive and state of negotiation between Manila and Washington on the issue of U.S. control bases in the Philippines. President Marcos wants to compete Filipino sovereignty over the existent American installation of demand that Washington has so far refused to concede.
Waves as high as 9 meters reached the shore and submerged town along the Moro Gulf earthquake without warning. Roughly 2 to 5 minutes after the earthquake occurred, the tsunami impacted 700 kilometers of shoreline, with the biggest waves hitting Lelia City, Cotabato City, Zamboanga City, and Lebak in Sultan Kudarat. Joining me are 2 gentlemen who were eyewitnesses to the disaster. Could you please tell us what you exactly felt and saw after that night? Are your family and relatives with you?
Hi, my name is Erik. I'm a lawyer with a wife and 3 kids. During the earthquake, I was working. That's why I'm not with my family. The ground began to move about 12:15 a.m. We promptly evacuated to higher ground, anticipating that a major tremor would be followed by a tidal surge. About 5 minutes later, massive waves lasted half a kilometer inland, destroying hundreds of homes along the shore.
I am Michael Johnson and I'm with my family. We were actually asleep. I woke up to the sound of the home rocking like a boat trapped in a storm. I couldn't stand up since the earthquake had made me dizzy and nauseous. We immediately hurried out of the house for safer ground, and as we heard a huge rumble that sounded like many trucks colliding, someone said, "It's the waves!" The scream had been the roar of the massive wave that had washed small houses on stilts away. The little wave enveloped our house. Seconds later, it was an out of this world of horror and disaster.
Thank you very much, and let us all continue to be careful. Eagles also advises to continue to be calm, careful, and wait for their advice. And this is the latest. Back to you, Winslow.
Thank you very much, Maverick Mendes. Stay tuned for more news later on PNC's return.
Lifesaver, always be ready. My name is Lelia Santos. I'm proud volunteer of rescue. I'm here today to share with you the essential things that must be included in your go bag. First, clean water, 4 liters or 1 gallon of water per person a day. Second, non-perishable food such as biscuit, energy bar, bread, canned goods, and instant noodles. Third, first aid kit. In case of someone gets wounded or sick, it should contain medicine, bandage. Fourth, tools such as power bank, matches, or lighters, candles, scissors, and a Swiss knife, ropes, whistles, flashlight, and it would be better if you could bring a radio. Fifth, hygienic kit. You must put toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, soap, and tissue. Sixth is money and important documents in the bag such as ID cards, birth certificate, emergency contact numbers, and of course, family picture. After packaging your go bag, put it in an area in your home where it can be grabbed by any member of your family.
The number of casualties that were affected by Margolf earthquake and tsunami continues to rise. And we now talk to Miss Mayumi Elise. She is the provincial governor of Sultan Kudarat. Miss Mayumi, good morning. Thanks for taking our call. Can you please tell me, Miss, how was the state of the city today and what your government doing in evacuating the residents?
Yes, good morning. Good morning, Philippines. Our City Hall, which houses not only the city government offices, but also our police department, fire department, and other departments, has been completely destroyed. And as the sun began to rise this morning, and I walked out to view the whole city, all I could think of was that it looks like matchsticks. Our buildings are destroyed, our downtown churches are destroyed. We have no water here, our water supply has been compromised. There is no electricity, and so we're doing everything we can. We received many relief goods such as Manila relief operations that were organized by the Air Force and Army with help coming from various international charity supplies of protein-enriched biscuits, dried milk, and soy flour were rushed to the stricken areas in the south.
Alright, so everybody is safe there in Sultan Kudarat. Thank you so much for your time, yes. That was Provincial Governor of Sultan Kudarat, Mayumi Elise.
PNC accept donations for persons affected by the Margolf earthquake and tsunami. Please contact us using the numbers displayed on your screen. And this was the news of accuracy and truth.
From the PNC team, we hope that everyone is in good condition.
I'm Maverick Mendez.
I am Winslow Smith wholeheartedly for the Filipino people.
This is
This is
PNC
PNC Philippine News Channel.